3 billion parameter model going head to head with models 10 to 20 times of its size on global coding benchmarks. Yes, I'm talking about Qwen and Qwen3-Coder-Next, and you can use it for free in your terminal. They dropped it recently under CLI tool, and I'm going to test it today and also show you some comparisons on what is my understanding of this tool and how this can be useful for you. It is basically an open weight language model for coding agents and local environment. They have 80 billion total parameters, just 3 billion activated. What that means is you're getting massive intelligence at a fraction of cost. But how this actually happens and what they are doing. First is mixture of experts. Instead of activating every parameter for every input, model specifically routes each task to a subsequent subset of parameters. Think of it like calling specially the right person for a specific task, not the entire team. Second is hybrid attention. It basically combines different attention mechanisms to efficiently handle both short range precision and also long context processing. Built on that novel architecture that gives you strong coding and agentic capabilities with very less inference cost. What we have seen in the market till now, it's mostly autocomplete, but Qwen3-Coder-Next will be having those agentic capabilities that are required in coding.
So now we've already talked about Qwen Code. Let's see how to install it and how to run it, and let's complete a small example using Qwen Code. So I'll simply type in Qwen Code here. So once I type in Qwen Code, you'll see there's a GitHub repo link. Once you click on GitHub repo link, so you can see there are different methods for it to install, but it's very, very simple. If you are on a Windows machine or if you're on a Mac machine, I think you can do it very quickly. So I'll just click on npm install, and you just need to open your terminal. So once you click open your terminal and you go to any repo and you just paste in this npm command, it'll take some time and your Qwen code would be installed on your system. So now it's installed. Now you simply need to type in Qwen here. Once you type in Qwen, so it starts running, and that's it. For if you're doing it for the first time, I think that will ask you for authorization. You just need to log in via Google. Once you log in via Google, Qwen is very generous to offer you 1000 credits a day. So 1000 credits you can use, 1000 iterations you can use, and I think it's a lot of iterations for an individual developer if you're doing your personal work. So you can do it very, very easily. So this is it's asking me to put in some message. So let me create a landing page of an e-commerce website selling perfumes. So I've given it a prompt to create a landing page of an e-commerce website selling perfumes. It's a very simple prompt. I've not given any specification. I just want to test and see what this Qwen code looks like and what is the kind of output that it can give. So this is Qwen Code Coder model that we are using. Later I'll also show you how can you use the same model inside other platforms like OpenCode or Claude Code. So let's try doing it here. So I'll just click in here. It's finishing the Castle run in less than 12 parses. It will create a modern, elegant landing page for a perfume e-commerce websites, and that will tell me what all steps it will take. So let's see how it is helping us and how it is going to break it down. So as you know, Qwen Code is an open source CLI agent. You can consider it similar to what Claude Code is, but it is open source, basically giving you the same agentic experience inside your terminal with a generous credit limit and also the full OpenAI API compatibility. So it's asking me for permissions. I'll allow it for once. Why Qwen Code is special this time? Because it has something known as subagents, to which different tasks are divided accordingly, and you can do a lot of tasks parallelly. And they also have skills which have reusable capabilities for your workflow. So I think if you're comparing it with Claude Code, it has almost everything, but it comes with a very, very low cost. You can have an agentic mode, file system tools, shell, bash commands, web search, MCP support. Qwen Code almost has everything. So I think it has done, and let's see how it looks like. So we'll just give this command. So this is the landing page that Qwen has given me. You can see it's pretty decent, and we have already given a very simple prompt to it. Now I'll try testing the same with Claude Code also, like what is the kind of page that it can give and how good it is or how different it is from it. Let's see. So we can try it and test it inside OpenCode. So if you know OpenCode, we can even try the same. We can even try Qwen Coder Next inside OpenCode. So OpenCode, if you don't know, you can go to the OpenCode website. This is the GitHub repo for OpenCode. Once you go to OpenCode, you can find what it looks like. You can see different ways in which it can be installed. Also, if you want to install it on Mac, you can simply type in command like for npm, it's npm I OpenCode AI. So you copy this, go to your terminal, and you can just do it, or also you can do it in your VS Code or any of the IDs that you're using. For example, if I want to install OpenCode in my VS Code, I'll click on here, I'll click on npm I OpenCode, and it is starting to install OpenCode in my system. It has added 10 packages and changed 2 packages in 5 seconds. So you can we can write OpenCode now, and it'll start OpenCode here. So you can see this is OpenCode, and inside this, right now I've already set up Qwen3-Coder-Next open router, but you can change also. Like for example, if I want to connect to a provider, I can connect to a provider, and whichever provider you want to go. For example, there's something known as open router, or it can be NVIDIA or fast router, whatever it is. I've been using open router a lot, so I'll click on open router. Yeah, so here it is, open routers. You can click, and you need to provide the API key. Now how will get the API key for open router? Go to your website, click open router, and log in with any of your IDs, and you can create a new API key. Just name it something, and you need to create, and then you can copy that API key to this API key, and you can start working on it. I think this is again a very generous tier, because Qwen 3 comes with a lot of advantages but with a lower cost. Now you can simply give the same prompt: help me build an e-commerce landing page selling perfumes. So I've given the same here. Let's see how it works inside OpenCode. But I think a CLI agent for Qwen is very good. But you can see here, right? So this is Qwen Code, and these are the Qwen Code docs. Let me just showcase to you Qwen Coder-Next. How does that looks like in terms of parameters? So we'll talk about Qwen Coder-Next, Next parameters. So this is how it looks like on the SWE bench verified. So you can see Qwen Code 3-Next is matching DeepSeek. GLM 4.7 is a bit better. Minimax M2 is a bit more better. But in terms of SWE Bench Pro, right, this is for longer tasks. You can see Qwen 3 Coder-Next at 44.3, with DeepSeek at 40.9, with ZI at 40.6, and Minimax at 34.6. So for SWE Bench Pro, this is the best, and you can see they have written it achieves over 70% on SWE Bench verified. Its performance remains competitive across multilingual settings, and despite its small active footprint, the model matches or exceeds several much larger open source models across agent-centric evaluations. So you can see different parameters, different comparisons. So this Qwen 3 Coder-Next is equal to Claude Sonnet 4.5, but again very cheap, right? So they have also shown a few demos creating a chart interface. You can see this is a demo that they've given a simple demo, and it is building it very quickly. The CLI agent that we have just been testing, so you can do it inside the CLI also. Even in fact, we have just created an e-commerce website using Qwen. You can use OpenClaw, you can use browser use agent, a lot of different ways to use it, right? So this looks super cool. Now let me build this inside normal Claude Code. So Claude Code by Anthropic, I'll click on Claude Code by Anthropic. I'll if at all you don't have it, you can install it. I'll click on get Claude Code. It can be inside VS Code, it can be inside desktop, on the web. So if I'll click on the web, so this is how the Claude Code looks like. I'll give the same prompt to Claude Code on web that we have given, and let's see how it looks like. So this is Claude Code. So now this is Claude Code inside web. I'll give the same prompt to Claude Code, and let's see and compare how it looks like. Create a landing page for an e-commerce website selling perfumes. So any of the repositories that I would have been working with before, I can click on any. I'll just give this prompt, and it's initializing. Parallel initialization is completed, and let's see. So now we have Qwen3-Coder-Next running on Open Router and a Claude Code using any of the Claude models. So this is Sonnet 4.6. We can do 4.5 or Opus 4.6, but let's see how different it is and what all advantages do we have here. So this, you can see, is the output of Claude. Decent, but I think it's almost similar. They have used a very different template, but template can be picked up anyway from anyone. But this is how Claude gave us the result, and if you compare the result for Qwen Code, I'll show it to you here. So this is what Qwen gave us, because the prompt was not very clear. We just wanted it to do it, so it chose a simple minimalistic background, but so this also looks decent when it comes to a perfumes website. Both of them match to the quality, but the cost of Qwen is way cheaper, and all three of them have different use cases. So I think if you talk about Qwen Code, so this is the website in which you can see why you can use Qwen Code. I've already told you it's multi-protocol, OAuth, free tier. You get 1,000 free requests every day. It's open source, co-evolving. You can run all your agentic workflows. It is a lot of features. Terminal first and IDE friendly. You can use Qwen mode very easily. You can use it in interactive mode, in headless mode, in IDE integration and developer SDK. Also, if we compare Qwen Code versus Claude Code, how this looks like, let me show you. So as you can see on screen, if we compare Qwen Code and Claude Code, you can see you can have, like, there's some certain features for subagents in Claude Code and Qwen Code. That's available in both. Skills are available in both. Approval mode in both. Interactive REPL in both. File system tools in both, shell bash tools in both, web search and fetch in both, MCP support is there in both. But you can see there's a generous free tier. It's 1,000 per day. It's not 2,000. It needs to be changed. This OpenAI compatible, yes, but Claude Code is limited, and it is open source. Qwen Code is open source, and Claude Code is not open source. So these are the advantages that you can have when you are using Qwen Code. So what we can conclude at the end is you should use Claude Code if you are an enterprise customer and you need very polished, very refined content, and you are able to spend a lot of money. Then Claude Code is better. Second, if you are an individual developer and you are shipping at your own pace, you can't spend a lot of money, then I think Qwen Code is the best for you. You will get almost the same kind of response at a very cheap price. It has 1,000 free requests daily, and for most developers, I think this is the sweet spot. And Open Code is basically for someone who used to try out multiple different models at the same point of time and check out for different results. So all of three of them have different use cases, but in general, right now, in terms of cost, capability and quality, Qwen Code with Qwen Coder-Next is something that can be your best bet if you're an individual developer and you want to ship in 2026. This was all for this particular video. Let me know in the comments below if you have been using Qwen in your workflows and any issues you're facing. I'll be more than happy to take all your answers. For more such amazing videos, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more such amazing content coming ahead.